Thanks, Deputy Speaker, and I take up the invitation of the Minister to address certain elements of the bill and the amendments. We have constantly, through this debate, raised our concern about the prospect that universal pricing, wholesale pricing, will be watered down, that this will lead to an exacerbation of what we're already concerned about, a digital divide, not just in terms of the rollout of the network, but the pricing and people's ability to access broadband at the same price, regardless of where they live in the country. That was the objective, the vision, the motivation, that we would not have the regions left behind, either in terms of infrastructure or pricing. And so we've had these concerns, and we've raised it through the debate in relation to the watering down of the safeguards and also the concern about pricing. Through the course of the debate too, we have raised the fact that the former CEO of NBN Co has pointed out what he believes to be the cause of the $15 billion blowout in this project, which is the emphasis on the HFC network and the fibre-to-the-node network that has been rolled out, and the move away from what we had previously had in place. Now, we've had some very serious concerns raised, as the member for Wakefield and as the Shadow Minister for Communications have raised in relation to the Sydney Morning Herald today, that has indicated that there has been a trial, pilots, which are referred to in the amendments. Pilots and trials are referred to in the amendments. Well, we have a pilot and trial here. This pilot and trial will use a new version of cabling that will allow fibre to the premises to occur, and yet we're not being told about it. Instead, we are having blowouts on this project because of an alternative mode, alternative structuring of the project by the coalition that has had an emphasis on HFC, which, as I've indicated earlier, constituents have said to me does not work when a lot of people are on the network. We have a fibre-to-the-node network that is nowhere near reaching the breadth, the reach that the coalition promised, and yet they are having pilots and trials of new systems that we are not being told about. And so I invite the Minister, because NBN Co refused flatly to respond to this trial and the issue raised in the leaked document. And so this is the opportunity for the Minister to tell the Australian Parliament and the Australian people, are you going to move to a system we have long advocated for, which is fibre to the premises, based on the savings achieved by this? Because if you're not, then what you are saying is you will continue to adopt a philosophy and an approach which has led to this blowout of $15 billion so far. $15 billion. And it is this type of blowout that is forcing you to put into this bill a requirement to water down universal pricing, because you want, in effect, for the regions to pay more for broadband services, because this is how you are making up the losses. You are accounting for the blowout by changing the pricing, making the regions pay for your bad mistakes. And yet we have a trial that shows, through your own documents, in this document, Minister, shows that you are able to roll out this network along the same lines as what we said, fibre to the premises. You can do it cheaper. We're happy if a way has been found to do it cheaper, because the reality is, with projects like this, infrastructure projects of this magnitude, as they roll out and progress, you find ways to do things more efficiently and cheaper. And if that has been found, good. What you should be doing is delivering the people of Australia what they want: faster broadband, which is delivered through fibre to the premises, and it can be done in a way that avoids the blowout, the $15 billion, avoids the watering down of the universal pricing approach that we think, the universal access pricing that would allow, if you're in a city or in a region, to get the pricing in wholesale terms the same, and would deliver them a service they want. So what we want to know is, if you are undertaking pilots and you are undertaking trials, you've done it in 2 spots in Australia already, Ballarat being one of the places, then tell the Australian people. You've got the chance to tell them the way in which you're changing the delivery of the service to make it efficient, but do it and cheaper, and to do it in a way that people want. And I certainly invite the Minister to respond, because it's clear they have been hiding these type of trials from view and refusing to be transparent about them.
The question is that the amendments be